Ladies and gentlemen, get comfortable, because what you're about to hear is not only chaotic, it's downright legendary. Imagine this: 2 queens, 1 king, and enough drama to fill an entire season of love and hip-hop in just one evening. That's right. Remy Ma and Claressa Shields didn't just exchange words, they threw actual punches. And trust me, the footage? It's so intense it might as well come with a warning label. What began as a simple glance quickly escalated into a full-on WWE cage match, right in front of cameras, security, and a crowd of stunned fans who couldn't decide whether to call TMZ or 911. So, what sparked this wild outburst? Was it jealousy, betrayal, or perhaps a particular ring that Papoose is said to have promised Claressa in secret, behind Remy's back? Whatever the cause, get ready, because we're about to dive into every leaked punch, every shocking scream, and every betrayal that led 2 powerhouses to crumble. Literally. This isn't just a scandal. It's history being made. On one side, Remy Ma, the rap queen of the Bronx, famous for her lyrics, her loyalty, and let's face it, her knack for turning small annoyances into full-blown battles. A woman who once declared, "I don't fight fair, I fight to win." And it seems she truly meant every word. On the other side, Claressa Shields, Olympic boxing champion, the self-proclaimed GWAT, greatest woman of all time, and now, allegedly, the surprising new player in Papoose's complicated love story. This wasn't just a fiery Instagram rant or a petty subtweet feud. This was wigs flying, security scrambling, and punches thrown as if championship belts were up for grabs. And somehow the cameras captured every moment. They say everything's fair in love and hip-hop, but after tonight, that rule might need a revision. Everything's fair, until Remy Ma and Claressa Shields show up and turn the event into a cage match. Papoose, the same man who stood by Remy through jail time, public scandals, and more loyalty tests than an Amore marathon. But according to our anonymous sources, that loyalty might have just expired, and Claressa Shields was right there to witness the fallout. It all began innocently enough at a glamorous industry event. Champagne was flowing, fake smiles covered true animosities, and tension simmered just below the surface. Eyewitnesses say Remy entered like a storm ready to break, her gaze immediately fixed on one corner of the room, where Claressa and Papoose stood a little too close for comfort. If you thought Remy would keep it calm, maybe throw a sly look and move on, think again. Sources claim she made a beeline straight for the couple, her heels echoing like gunshots on the marble floor. At first, she didn't utter a word, simply standing there, locking eyes with Claressa like a final boss in Mortal Kombat. Claressa, ever the fearless competitor, didn't flinch. In fact, she smirked. And that smirk? It was the spark that set the entire mansion ablaze. Before a single punch was thrown, the words had already cut deep. According to a leaked voice memo, because of course someone was already recording, this is the industry after all, Remy hissed, "You could never be me, sweetheart. You're just a temporary thrill." To which Claressa supposedly shot back, "At least I'm not an expired mixtape living off jail sympathy." Ouch. You could almost hear the record scratch. Every celebrity in the room tried to play it cool, all while subtly reaching for their phones. One observer, let's refer to them as Source C for full effect, put it perfectly. It felt like time stopped. Remy just charged without a second thought. One moment, Claressa was casually sipping champagne, and the next, her glass was flying and punches were being thrown. Security rushed in, but the chaos had already begun. The women were grabbing, swinging and yelling so loud it could trigger car alarms 3 blocks away. Tables crashed, champagne bottles exploded, and someone's wig, no names, went flying through the air like a frisbee at Coachella. And you know what the worst part was? No one jumped in immediately. Let's be honest, who in their right mind wants to take an accidental punch from Remy Ma or Claressa Shields? So for a few wild moments, it was every influencer for themselves. Within minutes, blurry footage of the fight flooded Twitter, TikTok, and gossip sites from Atlanta to Zimbabwe. Hashtags went viral: Remy vs Claressa, Battle for Papoose, Bloody Queens, and the internet did what it does best, completely lost its mind. One viral video, shared by a self-proclaimed celebrity security insider, captured Remy yanking a handful of Claressa's wig, while Claressa, true to form, countered with the accuracy of a world champion. One solid punch landed square on Remy's cheek, sending the crowd into an uproar. Screams erupted, phones shot up in the air, and security slipped and slid through spilled champagne, desperately trying to restore order. And where was Papoose during all this? Standing awkwardly to the side, frozen, watching the madness unfold like a man who suddenly realized every choice he's ever made was a mistake. The regret was clear on his face. As security finally pulled the two women apart, the tension in the room didn't let up. Witnesses say Remy yelled across the room, "You can have him, he ain't even worth it!" And with a bloody lip and no hesitation, Claressa reportedly shot back, "Oh, trust me, I already do." Mic drop. That comeback was enough to throw the room back into chaos as paparazzi flashes lit up the scene like the 4th of July. Both women were then dragged out by security, heels first, leaving behind a trail of broken glass, shattered egos, and enough drama to fuel an entire season's worth of cliffhangers. Hold up, you thought that was the finale? Oh no, fam. That was just the opening act. The real consequences? The lawsuits, the leaked footage, the deep betrayals? That was only the start. If the brawl itself had you gasping, you haven't even begun to see the madness that exploded afterward. The second Remy Ma and Claressa Shields were hauled out, sweaty, wig askew, and livid. The scene shifted from marble floors to online battlefields, and things got messier than anyone could have predicted. First came the leaks. Anonymous sources who, let's be real, were probably interns texting from behind the snack table, began flooding shady blogs with every messy detail they could find. Screenshots, voice notes, even blurry security footage trickled out like episodes of a secret Netflix docuseries called The Fall of Remy and Claressa. One hazy clip showed Papoose awkwardly trying to break up the fight, only to get accidentally elbowed in the face. Yep, Papoose caught a stray. Poetic justice? Maybe. But in the cold court of public opinion, it marked the start of the downfall. Then came the whispers. The anonymous sources, who wouldn't reveal their names if you handed them $1 million NDA. They told gossip sites that this wasn't just a drunken outburst at a party. It was the result of months, maybe even years, of betrayal, jealousy, and secret meetings behind closed doors. One family friend even spilled the tea, saying, "Papoose and Claressa have been seeing each other for a while now. Remy knew. She just didn't want to admit it. Tonight, that was the last straw." Picture that. Supporting someone through court dates, jail time, and more public scandals than a Real Housewives reunion, only to have your heart ripped apart in front of 200 flashing cameras and the entire world. And of course, the internet was all over. And memes appeared within hours. One viral post showed Claressa photoshopped with boxing gloves, captioned, "Remy caught these hands and the man." The timeline wasn't just watching, it was completely here for it. One meme showed Claressa proudly standing over a photoshopped Remy Ma lying on the floor, dazed, with a speech bubble that said, "Round 1 goes to me, sis." Another showed Papoose in the background with the caption, "Bro just wanted some chicken wings. Now he's caught in World War III." Within a day, Nadir Papoose prose was trending across the nation, as social media turned this real-life disaster into viral gold. Next came the fake witnesses, people with no video proof but an abundance of creativity. One claimed Claressa had been flashing a diamond bracelet Papoose supposedly gave her, right in Remy's face before the fight. Another said Remy had confronted Claressa backstage earlier that night, but was calmed down by security, only for total chaos to unfold as soon as the cameras were on.